So, unfortunately, research does not look like this, where you have a question and there's an answer and you find it. If it ever feels like that, it means you're doing it wrong. It means your question is too easy to answer and the answer is too easy to find. And so most people already know the answer to your question, which makes your project and your paper sort of irrelevant. Research looks more like this. It's this sort of circuitous process where you start with a question, and that question may lead you to newspapers or magazines. And then you might want some more in-depth information, so you read a book, which then takes you back to your original question and maybe makes you realize you have the wrong question and what the question really is something else, which may send you to some academic articles to get some scholarly research, which may send you back to reference material, until you finally arrive at an answer, and maybe that's not the definitive answer, but it's the answer you need to present because the papers do. So be prepared for this kind of process where you're going to be circulating through these different types of reading material, trying to find information to help you answer your question. And if the question is sufficiently complex, you should be using all these types of articles and literature. Carol Guthau, who's a researcher, has charted students' levels of uncertainty during the research process. And what she found is that those levels of uncertainty and anxiety spike in sort of two places. One, at the very beginning of the process, when you're trying to figure out what it is you want to actually research. And then during the exploration phase, where you've figured out your research question more or less, and you go out and try to find information for it. So just be aware that if you're feeling anxious and you're feeling uncertain during this process, that's normal. That's what you should be feeling. That means you are doing it right. It gets better, but there's going to be some times during this process that are going to make you sort of angry and confused and anxious. So just be okay with that.